Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 11 starts now.
The state of our union is stronger than ever before.
Tonight, President Donald J. Trump gave his third State of the Union address, focusing on hot-button issues, healthcare, immigration, and national security. We are going to get to all of that recap here in just a moment. But first, we want to talk about President Trump surprising a military wife with her husband's homecoming during the State of the Union. We want to show you this video. It's been making the rounds on social media and has been quite heartwarming tonight.
But Amy, there is one more thing. Tonight we have a very special surprise. I am thrilled to inform you that your husband is back from deployment. He is here with us tonight, and we couldn't keep him waiting any longer.
Oh, yeah. The president introduced Amy Williams and her two children Tuesday night. The Williams family were sitting next to First Lady Melania Trump, as you can see there. After Amy was recognized and stood for applause, Mr. Trump announced that her husband, Sergeant First Class Townsend Williams, was actually waiting to surprise her. There's the special moment there. You can see them embracing. The couple and their children hugged as the room cheered. Sergeant First Class Williams has been in Afghanistan on his fourth deployment to the Middle East. The president used their family as an example of the sacrifices that military families make for our country. Such a heartwarming moment there. Very nice to see that tonight, and everybody ended up chanting USA shortly after. We're going to get back to that in just a moment, but a day after Iowa caucused for their candidates, we're getting the first reports of results. This afternoon, the Iowa Democratic Party released partial results after identifying inconsistencies from a voting app. The Democratic Party chair in Iowa taking the heat for Monday's chaotic Iowa caucuses, which left voters and campaigns without any results for nearly 24 hours. The first numbers finally made public, 62% of the results, but no promises about when 100% will be released.
We're going to have a thorough and independent review of exactly what happened last night. Right now, we're in the process of making sure that we get these results out.
The first release showed Pete Buttigieg leading the group, followed closely by Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren rounded out the top three, but the campaigns say they want the full picture with all the numbers. The party says there were inconsistencies as a new app was reporting out partial information. The party says it was not a cybersecurity problem. President Trump tweeted he blames Democrats for what he calls a voting disaster in Iowa. Meanwhile, the next Democratic debate is in New Hampshire this Friday, February 7th, and ABC News will be covering it live right here on 23 ABC beginning at 5. We will have a special digital newscast of 23 ABC News at 5 p.m. on our website, turnto23.com, as well as our 23 ABC Facebook page. Both 23 ABC News at 6 and the Now Bakersfield will not air. A special edition of 23 ABC News will follow the debate at 8 p.m., and we will have a complete wrap-up of the debate on 23 ABC News at 11. Again, Democratic debate this Friday live on 23 ABC.
And as we head into the overnight hours tonight, those temperatures are dropping rapidly, already down to 37 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. So that is slightly cooler than what we were feeling at this time yesterday. And we are going to see those temperatures dropping down to the low 30s here in the valley. Some areas going to be dipping into the upper 20s. So we are tracking yet another freeze warning across the San Joaquin Valley, where we are going to be potentially seeing some frost as well as those freezing conditions. So the National Weather Service just wants to remind you to bring your pets indoors, wrap any outdoor pipes that you have, and cover sensitive vegetation, because this frost could be killing any crops that you have. So this is in effect beginning at midnight tonight, continuing until 9 a.m. tomorrow. But then we are going to be seeing high pressure slowly moving into the region, bringing dry conditions and warming temperatures as we head into the remainder of your work week. I'll let you know just how warm we'll be getting as we head into the weekend coming up next.
The Kern County Sheriff's Office confirmed tonight that one person is dead after a stabbing near a smoke shop on Roberts Lane and Belmont Avenue in Oildale. KCSO says their heavy presence in Oildale seen this afternoon was due to a stabbing near the Sunshine Smoke Shop. The department said a man was found dead at the scene. There's no information regarding a suspect. Westbound traffic on Roberts Lane was diverted in the area for a short time as officials conducted their investigation. No additional information has been released at this time. The Bureau of Cannabis Control issued search warrants today on 2 local pot shops after they were found to be operating without a license. According to the Bureau, the 2 shops, Knott's Collective on Knott Street and Backyard Organics on River Boulevard, were working without a license. There are some pictures that were provided by the Bureau of the bust at Backyard Organics. Here's one of them here. Now, after receiving complaints, the Bureau sent someone undercover to make a buy and confirmed they were operating without a license. Today, they served search warrants and took everything inside.
They're getting the safe open, they're opening the ATM machine and getting the cash out of there. They're taking shelving. You have to make it as difficult as possible for these people to reopen.
At Backyard Organics, the search warrant resulted in the seizure of cannabis flower, edibles, and cannabis concentrate with an estimated retail value of nearly $185,000. Additionally, more than $11,000 in cash was seized. At Knott's Collective, the search warrant resulted in the seizure of cannabis flower, edibles, cannabis concentrate, as well as vape pens with an estimated retail value of nearly $300,000. Authorities also seized nearly $2,800. Turning now to health news, the Department of Defense has been tasked with providing housing for 1,000 evacuees. The Travis Air Force Base in Northern California is one of 4 military sites chosen. Pentagon officials say each site is capable of housing at least 250 people in individual rooms through February 29th. At Travis, evacuees from a province in China will be staying at the Westwind Inn. Guests have been advised to find other accommodations, some eligible for reimbursement. Officials say the lodge will be cordoned off and evacuees will have no contact with military personnel. Living yards away from the Travis Air Force Base, Fred Miller says it makes him feel uneasy knowing a coronavirus quarantine operation will be housed there.
To have the quarantine, that's probably a good thing, but so close to my home, not so much.
So far, the government has not said when evacuees will be flown to Travis or how many. The virus has spread to close to 21,000 people and has killed more than 420. And tonight, officials from the Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, located near San Diego, are now confirming that one of 2 planes returning from China is bound for their air station. The plane carrying evacuees from the coronavirus outbreak will arrive tomorrow morning sometime between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Once it arrives, travelers will be screened by personnel from the Centers for Disease Control and moved to a quarantine site on the base where they will live for a federally mandated 14-day quarantine in the base's consolidated bachelor's quarters or at the Miramar Inn. During their stay aboard the base, travelers will be provided food, water, and other items from Health and Human Services. Department of Defense personnel will not have direct contact with any of those returning from China during this time.